The colonists resist the iron grip control. Conflict with the Native Americans. Immediately after the war with France, conflict with the Native Americans arose. This led to thousands of casualties on both sides. In 1763, the Native Americans destroyed more than half a dozen British forts and settlements in an attempt to stop British colonies' expansion on their lands. Colonists reacted, killing many Native Americans, whether they were guilty or not. This war was called Pontiac's War. Pontiac, the leader of the Native Americans, was defeated. He continued fighting, though. Great Britain tried to avoid more bloodshed. It caused a proclamation that banned settlement west of Appalachian Mountains. It was called the Proclamation of 1763. The proclamation was widely ignored by colonists. It proved impossible for the British to enforce. British rule leads to conflict. The French Native American War left Great Britain deeply in debt. The British had to look for ways to pay the debt. The colonies had invested both effort and people in the war. This led to a certain union feeling between the colonies. At the same time, they also felt themselves different from the British. Great Britain indebted itself with the war. Besides, it imposed more taxes to try to cover the expenses of maintaining troops in America. In 1764, in order to increase resources, Great Britain imposed the Sugar Act, which put a duty on imported products. It also imposed the Quartering Act, which forced the colonies to take care of the militia sent by Great Britain to protect the colonies. The colonies were outraged by this act because they felt that once again their rights had been violated. The Stamp Act. The British needed more money. They passed the Stamp Act to collect a tax on all documents. In 1765, the Stamp Act was imposed on colonists. It taxed documents, newspapers, wills, licenses, insurance policies, land titles, contracts. This outraged the colonists. Virginia boycotted this act. Virginia's House of Burgesses declared that it alone had the right to tax the people of Virginia. In 1765, Patrick Henry gave an emotional speech against the Stamp Act during a meeting of the House of Burgesses. New York, Boston, and Philadelphia followed Virginia's steps and joined the boycott. They protested against both the Stamp Act and the Sugar Act. Due to a petition sent to Great Britain in 1766, the protest worked. However, Parliament passed the Declaratory Act, which said Parliament had total authority over the colonies. That caused further conflict between Great Britain and its colonies. Protest spreads. Great Britain sought a way to enforce taxation laws that would not anger the colonies and still collect taxes. In 1767, Great Britain enforced the Townshend Acts. These acts banned all taxation inside the colonies. Only products brought into the colonies would pay a duty, import tax. These acts required a crew of custom officers who had the freedom of making searches without saying what they were searching for. Colonists reacted by boycotting British products and refusing to quarter the British troops. In 1770, all duties of Townshend Acts were repealed, except the one on tea. That very same day, a crowd of workers surrounded a small group of British soldiers. The soldiers got frightened and shot the crowd, killing 5 and wounding 6. This event was called the Boston Massacre.
The first American killed was Crispus Attucks, of African and Native American descent.
John Adams defended the British soldiers, even when he was against taxation policies. He considered that any person deserved a lawyer and a fair legal trial. At the end, only 2 soldiers were found guilty. Samuel Adams founded the Committee of Correspondence. Its function was to keep colonists informed about the British actions. This helped unite the colonies against Great Britain.